What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day, and what I've got for you guys today is another episode of my Road to Glory with Haas. What you guys will be about to see is my first laps of qualifying. Yeah, so the race this is a very heavy AI track that I know of, so I didn't expect to go well over the weekend, and as you will see in the video, it doesn't turn out really all that well. But yeah, let's jump into it. So this is my first lap. I'm just going to set kind of like a banker lap this lap. Yeah, it's an okay lap. Definitely not the best I could achieve. Throughout the whole of practice, I could have set better laps, but just didn't. So we skipped ahead to the second half of the lap here. The second sector is probably my weakest sector on this circuit. And you can see I got Bottas trying to overtake me in a qualifying race, so I don't know whether he was on a lap as well. But yeah, I probably cut him off a bit there, but it is what it is. Probably I wouldn't have done it if it was like a real race or something, but yeah, so that was my first lap. I did do another one and did improve by about a second, I think it was, but still wasn't a good lap, so that's why I haven't shown it. But I'm going to take you on board now for my next two laps of qualifying. These are my best two laps. This lap doesn't start off overly great, as you can see. Touched the inside curb there a bit too much, and didn't get on the power early enough, should I say. But yeah, this sector here, so I'm down by 2/10 already, which isn't good. I was thinking this was going to be a pretty bad lap. And yeah, through these little corners here is where I struggle a lot. I lose a lot of time. Like, as you can see, I've lost 3/10, 4/10 in that part of this sector alone. And this coming up to the double left-hander is probably my most hated corner in all of F1. But yeah, you can see I cut it a bit there, but yeah, you run this as wide as you can to maximize your speed, which I didn't in that lap either. But you can see I have gained back a bit of time, so it is a lot better than my previous attempts. I wouldn't say nail that corner, but I probably get the best run I did out of all the qualifyings in that corner. As you can see, I've made up a lot of time there, almost positive. But yeah, coming into the last one, braking at about 150, trying to get on the accelerator as quickly as possible, and I just go 0.045 faster, but I've only got 5 seconds for quali end, so I've just got to go again. I've got no choice. I'm in P20 or P18. But yeah, as you can see, this lap I'm 3/10 up through the first two corners, so you can see this is a lot better lap. But I run a fraction wide there with the lockup, lose a little bit of lose the back end there as well. But I'm still up by 2/10, give or take. I lose a lot of time in that corner there again, but again I'm around that 2/10 up still. Lose a bit more there, down to a 10th. This corner I actually hit fairly well. I do hit the inside curb a little bit, but I still gain time on my previous lap, which is good. Again, run that corner wide, try and just clip that, probably took a bit too much. But yeah, try to get on the power as early as possible. I'm 2/10, just under 2/10 up. Now I'm a 10th up. As I said, I didn't nail that corner as well as I did the lap before. If I could have put these two laps together, this would have been a really good lap, but unfortunately that's not how it goes. Lose the back end there, which cost me a lot more time as well, so I'm only going to go marginally better, 0.034, and it is last position for the race, which is not where I want to be starting, but yeah, I'll have to see what I can do during the race to make up for it. So yeah, doesn't really matter much about these. So the knocked out people were Raikkonen, Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, and myself. So my teammate actually made it through to Q2, which I did not expect. I did not even notice. But yeah, now we're moving out of qualifying and into the race. We'll quickly go back to the HQ. We'll see. We gained a little bit of a claim there, almost level 2, which is nice. And now we'll jump into the race. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you liking the content. There'll be a lot more F1 content coming up, especially in the future with F1 2021 just around the corner. But yeah, we've definitely got to keep a cool head and try and make up a few positions.
Let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's
Alright, let's look at the lineup.
Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Albon, Sebastian Vettel and Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Stroll and Pierre Gasly, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen and Grosjean, Russell, Ricciardo. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Nicholas Latifi and Iceman, Norris and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid.
So a few grid penalties there, but so we're not starting at the 20th, but we're up a couple of places, so we're going to try and see what we can do. Thank you, Jeff. We will try our best. So I quickly look here just to see if there's anything that I can really change strategy-wise. I cut a lot out just because I didn't want to see you fiddling with me too much. I thought the best strategy is the mediums to hard compound. I was thinking about doing hards to mediums, but I thought the medium hard would be the better strategy, so that's what I left it with. But yeah, so we're waiting for the 5 red lights and away we go. We get a very nice start. We're alongside Latifi, give him a little bit of a nudge. I would have loved to have been on the other side of the grid, just because just taking the outside. We have a little bit of a contact there still, and again, but he manages to get just a way better exit through there, and gets the lap going over on me. Yeah, bit of a contact there as well, which made me lose. I've really got to try and get better at this kind of racing. Like car-to-car racing. It is one of probably my biggest flaw. I'm still new. Well, I wouldn't say new because I've been playing F1 for years, but on a wheel I've been using it for about a year now. But yeah, still don't do many races because I as you guys know, I play Apex and that as well. But I'm really only just starting now, jumping back into F1 like hardcore, which is probably going to be the main thing on my channel. But yeah, this is me. I'm just trying to keep within a second of Latifi, because I know as soon as DRS is activated, I'm hopefully going to be able to catch him with it and stuff. But as you can see, I'm just flickering on the borderline, and we've still got a lap before it gets activated. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap, so Lewis Hamilton is obviously in P1. So he held his position from the start of the race. Doesn't help there. I'm deploying ARS, trying to make sure I can get as close as I can to him. If not overtake him, that would have been nice, but just didn't think it would happen because I would not be close enough. But yeah, just trying to get within that second, keep within that second. I'm hoping that the fighting up in front will be able to make me get a bit closer to them all. But I roughly stay around that 8 to 9 to a second mark. Lock up on the brake there. On the braking on the front left. But yeah, now 1.1 seconds off, so out of DRS range, which isn't good. Yeah, as you can see, I'm not taking this as wide as I did on qualifying, which you probably can during the race as well. Like track lim, I'm only running reduced track limits, so I'm not running strict corner cutting and stuff. Just to make it a bit easier, because I do run wide on time to time, but I try not to. I try to stay on the track as much as possible. And again, another lockup. Probably the main things I need to focus on improving, because I run no assist, and I've only been running no assist for a couple of months now. I'm still locking up quite a bit, which I've got to try and learn a bit better off. I'm getting better day by day, but missing braking points and then trying to make sure I'm slowing down quick enough by slamming on the brakes isn't the right strategy, because I've only recently turned off racing line, which is why you see me braking, locking up a lot. Again there, so pretty much every corner this lap I have locked up. So yeah, trying to get within that second of him, so I'm trying to push that a little bit harder as well to try and get to within that second of him, but it just doesn't seem to happen. I was within a second of him for that DRS point, so you can see opening my DRS, ERS, trying to get back within a second, just missed my braking point, ran wide, and yeah, lost half a second or so there on him, which isn't good. Yeah, lock up there, running so wide into the corner. But yeah, at this stage it looks like it's going to be a pretty boring race, me just trying to pretty much a lap and just try and see if I can make positions up, if there's safety car or something like that that can help me out as well. That would be nice. But yeah, at this stage it looks like I am going to be coming in last place at this stage. So I'm just going to be cut into the end of lap 4. Again, I'm that 1.1 seconds off Latifi, so I'm not that far off him, which is good. I'm staying within, like, we're roughly doing the same lap times, which is nice to see. I'm just trying to stay there is the question, because obviously if a safety car comes out, I can probably catch him and stuff like that. Another lock up there, so that corner I locked up quite a lot. But again, I'm 1.4, so I lost a little bit of time to him on that lap. Would have been through the second sector. And just trying to get on the power of fraction early there, and just losing the front end or back end. Yes, they are, Jeff. Thank you. But yeah, be out here trying to just cut the corner there. That would have been a corner cut warning if I was on strict corner cutting. So fast forwarded to the end. So we got people pitting. We got Sainz, Ricardo, Vettel, all pitting. So I come out in front of Vettel. And I'm just under 2 seconds off Latifi, so I've dropped a few more tenths off him. But yeah, I'm expecting massive lock up there. Missed my braking point massively, which makes me lose a bunch of time. I've lost like 1.2 seconds to him, and now you can see Vettel's right on my tail. So what I'm thinking here is I'll stay in front of him, and then once we get to the straight, I'll kind of let him go. I think I let him go here. Make sure I give him plenty of room, and then just let him go, because I'm just going to be holding him back. So I'm hoping he can kind of drag me along, and kind of towards Latifi as well. Grosjean in the pits as well this lap. Surprising that he started on softs. Like, I would have thought he would have gone mediums as well, but yeah. Here we go. I'm catching Vettel. I'm like, do I dive bomb him? I'm like, no, I'll play it smart. And yeah, just get a very bad corner there, and yeah, Vettel's away. And then you can see that I've got Perez trying to pass me as well. I leave him behind me for a minute. He can stay there. Just trying to catch up to Vettel. Jeff lets me know that my tyres are getting a bit old. I've only been on for 8 laps, but they're old. Yeah, massive lock up there again. All these lockups aren't helping my brake, aren't helping my tyre wear. So you have to let Perez go there. Run wide into there again. And yeah, got the ERS at least, so deployed ERS. Just trying to stay within a second of him. Which I don't, unfortunately. He's just way too quick. And I spin. I touch the inside curb there and I spin. So yeah. Ooh, we got an action replay here of the spin. And yeah, just touching the inside curb, spinning the car around. You spin me right round. But actually landed on the track and able to just keep on driving. So it cost me a lot of time, but it could have cost me a lot more. If I went off the track or even hit the wall and ran wide, I could have been out of the race.
Gap to the car behind is 5.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps.
I can't remember what I was checking now. I was checking for something, but I can't remember what I was checking for. Now, I should have let Sainz just go here. I think I do. Yeah, I let Sainz go and Norris is behind me still. Norris is in P19. So you got Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Norris and Grosjean. I think they're all behind me still. Take that corner really bad exit, which is you want to try and get the best possible exits out of every corner, but especially leading into straights. Like you want to have early acceleration out of codes. We cut forward a little bit more. Look there, me running wide there again on the same corner. Ricardo's just floating down the inside. Run wide here. I got Norris as well. Now Norris is behind me. Norris has jumped or passed Giovinazzi. So yeah, I run wide here, which isn't good. And unfortunately, I grabbed front wing damage from Lando Norris on there. So I'm checking the MFD. I'm gonna pit this lap. I'll see what Jeff tells me to do. He's got soft to hard, so he's got a 2-stop. I decided to change that and go just hard, so I reckon I can make hards last to the end. There's only 19 laps left. So I reckon I can easily make the hard stretch to the end. There we go, we got my teammate just flying past me, but I'm pitting anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the battles of the race. Now that I'm pitting, I'm going to be a pit stop behind everybody at least. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to let you guys watch out the rest of the race, and I will come back once the race is over, and we'll see what happens at the end.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. The gap to the car ahead is 34.4 seconds. We're trailing our teammate by 36.0 seconds. to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres. Caution, caution. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Gap to teammate ahead is 23.0 seconds. Push now. We're boxing this lap. Tyre condition is still looking good. We're trailing our teammate by 26.4 seconds. Blue flag, blue flag. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to teammate ahead is 33.2 seconds.
Alrighty guys, so I am back. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton and Latifi both DNF'd from the race, and I got lapped by Valtteri Bottas. Almost got lapped by Verstappen as well, but because I'm lapped down, I finished a lap earlier, obviously. So yeah, just don't get lapped by Verstappen. So yeah, that's P18 for me. So last of the runners, but still not my best day out, but definitely not my worst. Could have been worse. I did not finish Australia, but Esteban Ocon driver of the day and Mercedes with the win, so congrats.
Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Mercedes are
So
on top
podium
form once
was
again after an
Bottas,
excellent race
Verstappen and
weekend.
Albon.
It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Yeah, so looks like Red Bull's going to get a few points back on Mercedes here with the DNF from Lewis Hamilton. I'm pretty sure Hamilton was leading the race up until his DNF. He might have pitted, so he might not have been actually leading, but I'm pretty sure he was still in the lead.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's
If
how
once
things
everyone
look
had
in the
pitted.
drivers' table. More points
Verstappen
for Valtteri
won,
Bottas,
Bottas won,
further
Verstappen
solidifying
second,
his
Albon
lead at the
third,
top of the
Stroll.
table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you
But
say
yeah,
is a contender
me
for driver
P18
of the
Hamilton
day?
is like the
Difficult
biggest
call, but I'd like to say
DNF,
Esteban
like the
Ocon.
biggest shock of the
He's
race
just
with
so
the DNF.
gifted at getting the most out of
Bottas
his tyres, and
retains
showed that
championship
today.
lead.
Let's move on to the constructors.
Verstappen
Red Bull
second,
take
Albon
over
third,
as
so none of them have
championship
changed. But
leaders. Another team that will be
Sebastian Vettel
satisfied
and
with
Lance
this
Stroll
Grand
both
Prix
jump
is
Lewis
Alfa
Hamilton.
Romeo, whose good result moves them
And
further
with
up the
the
championship. Well, Ant, an end to
constructors,
another
Red Bull has
fantastic
taken
weekend of
the lead of the
racing.
Constructors
Thanks to
Championship
everyone
by
who
2
joined
points
us.
over Mercedes. And now we're jumping into some questions.
Today. Let's have your take on it. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was
No, not really. Mostly my fault. I was just missing all my braking points, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just bumping into cars.
it? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
I was a little bit. I feel like the car is just a fraction heavy still. Once we can get all that under the
Appreciate your
way,
time.
we'll definitely be doing a lot better. But yeah, jumping into driver acclaim, we gain some to jump to level 2. And now we're jumping here. We're going to do what we need to do the R&D and all that before the next race. And then yeah, we will see. We'll end it here. So we'll have a quick look. Can't do anything there because we're still waiting for that to come in. I can do both of these aero packages, which I will do, and they will both hopefully come in time for the next Grand Prix. Hopefully none of them fail. But yeah, that's much all we can do. So we're going to fast forward time. We get a durability upgrade come through. So spec level 2 for fabrication, but I can't even speak. But yeah, you can see our major weight reduction has failed, but hopefully we should be able to get it back in time for the Spanish Grand Prix still, because we do have a season break between now and then, because I've missed like 4 races. So we get some more resource points, which takes it to 308. We fast forward time, and one of the arrows have failed, so I quickly end to see if I can get it in before the next race. Unfortunately, I don't have enough R&D points, so I've got to skip another day to get it, do it, stop it straight away, and I'm able to get it on in time for the Grand Prix. But guys, that's going to be me done. Thank you all so much for chilling, really do appreciate it. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. But yeah guys, I am out for now. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a good day everybody, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Peace out everybody.
New parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.